Ghosted by love. I sit in my dimly lit bedroom, the glow of my phone screen casting a harsh light on my face. It's been 3 days since she blocked me. 3 days since the girl I thought I'd marry vanished from my life without a word. My thumbs hover over the keyboard, itching to type one final message, something to make her feel the weight of what she's done. But I don't. Not yet. The pain is too raw, the betrayal too fresh. 4 months of constant texting, sharing our deepest fears and wildest dreams, planning a future together, gone in less than a day. Her name was Chloe, and she was my everything. Now she's a ghost, and I'm left haunted, questioning what I did wrong, why I wasn't enough, and whether I'll ever get the closure she promised I'd always have. It started so innocently, like something out of a movie. I'm 22, just a regular guy working at a coffee shop while figuring out what I want from life. I met Chloe online, on a forum for people who love obscure indie bands. We bonded over our shared obsession with the paper kites and late night talks about everything from our childhoods to our plans for the future. She was 22 too, a graphic design student with a laugh that made my heart skip, and a way of texting that felt like she was right there with me. Even though we were cities apart, we'd send each other voice memos, silly selfies, and long rambling messages about our hopes and fears. She told me she loved me before we even met in person, her voice soft and certain over a late-night call. "I know it's crazy, Alex," she said, "but I feel it. I want to marry you by 25. I laughed, my chest warm with possibility, and told her I felt the same. We agreed to wait until marriage for sex, a boundary we both valued. And it made our connection feel sacred, like we were building something real. For 4 months, we were inseparable, at least through our phones. We texted constantly, sharing everything. My stress over a late rent payment, her excitement about a new art project, our mutual dread of family gatherings. We'd talk about our wedding, half joking, half serious, where we'd live, the kind of house we'd buy, the dog we'd adopt. I'd never felt so close to someone I hadn't met in person. But that was the thing about Chloe. She made the distance disappear. Her words were a lifeline, pulling me out of my insecurities, making me believe I could be the man she saw in me. I'd been hurt before by a high school girlfriend who cheated and left me feeling like I'd never be enough. But Chloe was different. She promised honesty, loyalty, a future. "If you ever leave me," she said one night, her voice heavy with vulnerability, "please tell me exactly why." I couldn't handle being left in the dark. I promised I would, and I meant it. The anticipation of meeting her in person kept me up at night. When the day finally came, I drove 3 hours to her city, my hands sweaty on the steering wheel, my playlist filled with songs we both loved. When I saw her standing outside the cafe we'd picked, her dark hair catching the sunlight, I felt like I'd known her forever. She ran to me, wrapping me in a hug that smelled like vanilla and felt like home. The day was perfect, walking through the park, sharing a milkshake, laughing over stupid inside jokes. We held hands, her fingers laced with mine, and every touch felt electric, like we were finally bridging the gap between our digital world and reality. That night, she invited me to stay over at her apartment. "No pressure," she said, her eyes soft. "Just you and me." I nodded, my heart racing. We'd agreed no sex before marriage, and I respected that. I just wanted to be near her. Things got physical, though, in a way I didn't expect. We were on her couch, kissing, the kind of kisses that make the world disappear. I wanted to keep it simple, just lips on lips, but Chloe climbed on top of me, her body moving in a way that set my nerves on fire. She was bouncing on me, fully clothed, her breath hot against my neck. I couldn't help it. I got turned on. My hands wandered, kissing her chest, touching her in ways that felt natural in the moment. But we didn't cross the line we'd set. It was intense, passionate, but we stopped short of anything more. I thought we were on the same page, lost in the heat of being together for the first time. The next morning, I woke up to her smiling at me, her head resting on my chest. We didn't talk about the night before, but everything felt okay. She hugged me tight before I left, her arms lingering around me as she whispered, "I love you, Alex." I drove home on a high, replaying every moment in my head, already planning our next visit. But when I texted her later that day, something was off. Her replies were short, not cold exactly, but different, like she was holding back. I tried to brush it off, not wanting to seem clingy, Maybe she was just tired, I told myself. But the next day, the distance was undeniable. I couldn't take it anymore. I texted her, asking if she wanted to talk about what happened. That's when she dropped the bomb. Maybe we should take a break. My stomach sank. I stared at the words, my heart pounding. A break? After 4 months of I love you and let's get married? I called her, needing to hear her voice to understand. Do you want to break up? I asked, my voice shaking. She didn't deny it. She didn't say much at all, just that she felt weird about what happened that night, not because of anything I did wrong, but because she didn't like how she felt afterward. She even told me she cried after I left. It confused me because I genuinely would have respected her boundaries going forward. I told her the day after that if she didn't want to do anything physical ever again, I was completely fine with that. I cared about her, not just what we did. Still, she broke up with me. And she didn't stop there. She blocked me on everything. Instagram, WhatsApp, everything. No conversation, no closure, just gone. The most painful part is that about a month ago she told me, if you ever leave me, please tell me exactly why. But now she's done exactly what she hoped I'd never do. Left me without giving me the same clarity or respect. I've been left to question everything. Was it guilt, shame, regret, or something else entirely? How do you go from I want to marry you to I don't want to speak to you ever again in less than 24 hours? I've considered sending her one final text, not to get her back, just to say what's on my chest and then block her myself. But I don't know if that's healthy or if I should just accept the silence and move on.